Andy, just hold up that piece of paper you're reading off. Beautiful hands you have.
Oh, thanks.
Do you know, I've never really noticed that before. They're stunning.
Yeah. There's something about them, isn't there? I have to say that maybe not the best put together person everywhere else, but the hands have really got it.
Have you ever thought about a career in hand modelling?
It's funny you should say that. Where's my script? Yes, I know. Yes, I have. It did cross my mind the other day.
We were discussing this after Friday's programme. I think you were flirting with me, weren't you? You said, what nice hands I have.
I did initially, yeah, but it was really just as a way in for me.
Oh, I see.
You've got nice hands. What about mine?
Let's talk about this to somebody on the programme. So, do you know what? We could not have done better than speak to our next guest. Her name is Nina Taylor. She's one of the best, one of the better known and greatest hand models in the entire country.
One of the better known?
Nay, the world.
If I had to name 3 hand models, I think I'd probably struggle. Yeah.
Very good morning to you, Nina.
Good morning to you. Nice to speak to you this morning. Both of you, actually.
Well, that's very kind of you to say so. I saw you on the telly. Well, I always see you on the telly, probably, but I did see the documentary, Nina, where it was talking about body doubles, and I was just blown away by the lengths that advertisers go to ensure that their product is held by the nicest pair of hands in the country.
Well, that's it. You know, people don't always realise what exactly goes into it, and hand modelling obviously is one aspect of it. And as you rightly say, my hands you probably see every single day on TV, billboards, magazines, you name it, they're everywhere.
So if I see a pair of hands, and it doesn't matter if I see somebody else's face, if there's a pair of hands in a billboard or on TV, there's a very good chance they're your hands.
It is, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I have doubled for lots of celebrities as well, lots of famous people, and I know it's kind of mad, really, that I've been able to carve a career out of this.
So who have you doubled for? Who has really grotty hands?
Oh, I can't tell you that. I mean, I can tell you who I've doubled for. I've worked with the likes of Kate Moss regularly. Actually, I work with her, Natalie Imbruglia, Eva Herzegovina, Demi Moore, even Trini and Zuzanna I've worked with. God, the list is endless.
I can't imagine there's much wrong with their hands, though. So what's the need for it?
Well, I tell you what, in briefly, it's to do with, yes, their hands maybe not being as perfect, but it's also to do with being able to, especially on a TV commercial, you're able to, there's a certain skill required for it. So you've got to be really precise, be able to hold really still, and it's a precision work, and that kind of comes with experience. And also, if you've got a camera lens really close on a cuticle, close up on a nail, to look at to the eye, you might think, oh, that's a nice looking nail. Once you look really close up, it's like with a magnifying glass, you might see all sorts of imperfections, and that's where I come into it, because I'm looking after my nails, my cuticles, my hands all day long. That's pretty much where I'm at. Yeah.
And I mean, how that must get quite tiring in your daily life. Is it that you have to be so protective of your hands? What has it stopped you doing?
It's sort of become part of my lifestyle now. But obviously, if I wanted to do some gardening, I wouldn't be able to do gardening. I'm not mad on gardening, to be honest with you. But what couldn't I do? Well, if I wanted to play the guitar or I don't know, really. It hasn't really restricted me a great deal, to be honest with you. I've developed techniques like opening cans and stuff like that.
With your teeth?
Well, not quite, but I hadn't actually thought of that.
So it's a bit strange as well in some ways, because people have got all these issues about airbrushing of celebrities and stuff, and now we're finding out that actually parts of celebrities aren't actually theirs, i.e. hands. But is it more a point of the celebrities just can't be bothered to do the waiting around and the time that it takes for the shots of the hand? Is it more that?
Yeah, there's another aspect of that as well, because I could spend all day on set just doing one shot that takes a few seconds, if you're seeing it on television. So, let's be fair. I am a lot cheaper to book than Kate Moss. I have to be honest with you. There is an aspect of that as well, to a certain degree, sure.
But there's situations then when you're filming or in a photo shoot where you have the model and they're there sort of looking wistfully into the distance with their hand on their face. That's not their hand. That's your hand, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if you could see, you see the end result in a magazine or whatever, if you could see the whole picture as a spectator on set, you would see the model, and then you would see me somewhere crouching behind or in some really odd position trying to get my arm through. Yeah.
That's like when we were kids and you mess around at school and you slide your hands through the back of somebody else's arms and you do all the gestures for it.
Yeah, and I get paid for it. Can you believe it? Yeah.
Do you sometimes like scratch her head, pick her nose? Kate, Kate, look at you, you're picking your nose.
Why are you hitting yourself in the face?
No, I couldn't afford that, no.
Nina, I'm looking at Andy's meat mitts. What does it take to be a hand model? Is this the dream that he should maybe not aspire to?
Well, I tell you what, I have actually seen your hands. They emailed me your pictures of your hands.
Oh, yes.
And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, good.
No, I really was. Can I ask you sort of how old you are, just to get an idea on the age?
Can't you tell from my hands how old I am?
Well, the first pair of hands I saw were particularly good. I'm actually thinking I might be forwarding that image to my agent and suggesting you to whoever that person was. I don't know which one it was.
I'm going to have to find out this and find this email and hang on. Yeah.
How can we tell?
How can we tell? I've got this. I can find this. The first one was.
It was with a slightly sort of nicer sort of. No detriment to the other person, but the nail bed was particularly nice, and I feel like there's some nail grooming going on there. I don't know. Is there something you're not telling me?
Were they? There's one pair that are thinner and one pair which are a bit chunkier.
Well, it was the second pair. Oh, I don't know. I can't really.
Oh, come on,
at least this is nice, though, because we can both think it was ours. We can both think it was ours, Andy. This is good. This doesn't dash the hopes of one half of this duo.
I don't think on a Monday morning it'd be a crashing blow to find out that your hands aren't good enough.
So, what is it about that particular pair of hands which was nice? It was the nails, then, was it?
It was, actually. There was something about the straightness of the fingers. I mean, to be honest, I can judge male hands. I mean, I worked with, only the other day, I worked with the male hand model who does all the iPhone adverts, and that's the advert that you want to get. I mean, in the women's hand modelling land, the campaign that you want to get is the Rimmel campaign, which is the one that I've been lucky enough to do for the past 5 years or something. So there are certain campaigns that the hand models look out to grab, you know. With the women, I'd say it's definitely a long nail bed, straight fingers, and the rest of it you can actually pretty much look after, and it's all to do with the grooming and maintaining and all that kind of stuff.
I put my feet forward as well. Did you get an image of my foot?
I don't think that email was forwarded.
Oh, send the foot.
No, don't, please.
It was like an outtake from Lord of the Rings. Nina, for more details on how to make it as a hand model, what's your website?
My website is famoushands.co.uk. I had to think about that for a minute.
And do you know what you're off to do later today? Is it a day off or?
No, it isn't. No, I'm off to do a shoot actually, and then I've got a meeting later on with my accountant. Funnily enough, so.
And what's the shoot?
The shoot is for, believe it or not that glamorous. It is Domestos, and it's going to be me cleaning toilets. But I tell you what, little secret, cleaning toilets earns you more money in the hand modelling world than modelling £1 million worth of jewels on a magazine shoot, and that's a fact.
This is good tips. Nina, it's been a delight to talk to you. All the very best. Enjoy your day.
And you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. That's Nina Taylor, who is the country's leading hand modeler. We've got to find out whose hands that were.
I bet it's yours.
I think it might be yours. Your nails are nicer than mine.
Oh, listen to us bickering like... I'm going to scratch you. I'm going to scratch you with my nails.
I can't believe that Brad and Angelina have broken up. Let's look at the front pages of the newspaper.